The reason why you are here, we're delighted to announce that you've kindly come on board with us here at Monday Night Sessions as a sponsor, and we're very honoured. And thank you very much, because we were down with you on Friday, myself and Jimmy and Joe. And I think Joe hadn't been down before, so Joe Duffy got. I don't know what he was expecting, but he just thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But Alistair, first of all, thanks very much. What made you think? What done it for you to get on board with Monday Night Sessions?
I think there's just a perfect fit between us. I think what you guys are doing here marries so well with what we do at Emerald Guitars.
Uh-huh.
And people look on. You're a guitar company. You make guitars.
Yeah.
But when you walk into our front hall, the first thing you see, there's Emerald Guitar sign, and on the wall it says "To make and inspire music."
Yeah.
And that's a benchmark that we measure ourselves by. Everything we do, we ask ourselves, does it make and inspire music?
Yeah.
So we don't just make guitars, does it make and inspire music?
Yeah.
So we don't just make guitars, we want to make and inspire music. It has to, we want people to make music with their guitars. We want it to inspire others to also make music. So that's really, I think, the essence of what you guys are all about.
Yeah.
The platform that you've given to Donegal music and way beyond just Donegal, to not just an Irish audience, but to a global audience, through some of the videos that have gone viral.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many people who their very first time they've ever played in the radio has been here. Maybe some of them the first time they've played in front of an audience might even be
exactly. When you're saying that, I totally agree with what you're saying. The platform that we have here, we are delighted and privileged to be able to stand here and play that music and get people to play for you on a Monday night. As I always say, it's amazing, and I've been totally in awe. I just think it's the way radio has transformed this last years. There's opportunities there for young people, and why not? Because you wouldn't have got it before the likes of Highland and all, or independent radio stations. You wouldn't have got, because there was a lack, I suppose, media wise of radio and stuff. But now it's different, and young people are getting more confident. They're able to. And older people, they're able to record easier, and they can build up a wee bit of confidence. And I think radio and do interviews and speaking, it helps as part of their journey, as in performing as well, And we've noticed it here. With people coming back, and they would say, the first time I was nervous, and then they actually, if they're going out somewhere, they want to come up here. We're into the middle of June now, and that's solid, And then some people would say, "Okay, any chance of getting up next week or the week after?" And you feel bad because you can't,
Yeah.
You could nearly do 3 nights a week at this, you know what I mean? But yourselves, your product, and I just want to mention Joe Duffy, and I want to thank Joe Duffy for his work involved in this. Appreciate it. But Joe said something, and I think he hit the nail on the head. There's an atmosphere and a presence and a feeling when you go into your business. You feel a warmth in there, you feel enthusiasm. There's a great vibe in there, as soon as you walk in the door. And as Joe said himself, he's been around a lot of businesses and in and out of places, and you can nearly tell when you go in the door. Do you know what I mean, Kim?
Yeah.
But you have it there. You definitely have it. Everybody.
That's great feedback to get.
Because I found out a long time ago, but I just remarked it's nice when Joe said it.
Yeah. Well, I think myself and Kim have worked hard at building this business, but also building, a sense of community and family there. And I was talking to Joe about this outside, and I said, whenever you're building a guitar, you're building something very personal. It's something very special for people. And I think the people that are building it and the surroundings that you're building it in, somehow it makes its way into that instrument.
Yeah.
It's part of its essence, so.
I have to apologise for Joe's behaviour on Friday, because when we landed on, there was about 6 boxes of cream buns, and some of the stickiest buns you could. Now, I'm a big bun person, right? But I wasn't going to show myself up there. But didn't bother Joe straight on. And he had, there was more cream around him one time than there was in the box. I was mortified. I was really embarrassed for him, but being a Strabane man and but a decorum about myself, I didn't bother having a cream bun. But that part of it is, there's a relaxation there among your staff. Everybody's, you have to work, of course, you have to, but it means a lot if people are content and happy, and there's that environment there.
Yeah.
It comes across in your product probably as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what we have strived for in business, is to have a great team there. And we do a staff lunch once a month, so we treat all our staff to lunch and either take them out or bring caterers in. And the buns is one of the treats that they get on Friday. You know, so we make our way to McColgan's Bakery in Strabane. So that's where those cream buns came out of.
Oh, we know what we asked.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying, Kim. It's important. I asked you, or Joe asked you the question, how many staff are working with you at the moment?
I think it's just over 30 at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah.
And how long are you established now with Emerald Guitars?
It's kind of hard to know the exact date of when Emerald Guitars kind of come about, but
Because you had...
But whenever I made the very first guitar, it was 1998. So 28 years ago since I made the first guitar. And then the Emerald Guitars name came about at the end of 1999. So really that's, I guess we'll say 99 was when Emerald Guitars came into existence.
Yeah.
And just started off as a hobby that became a passion, that became an obsession, and then became a business.
Carbon fibre was part of your father's business as well, was it?
Well, he was more fiberglass.
Fiberglass, sorry.
He made children's outdoor play products, swings and slides and go-karts and you know, a lot of people,
toys. A lot of people
toys,
know who
yeah.
they were,
So people will remember the blue and yellow swings and slides that you would have found in every garden around the whole county and around the whole country really. So I grew up in that family business working with fiberglass.
Yeah.
And then I got an opportunity to go off to America and work with a more high-tech form of that and carbon fibre, building Formula One race boats.
Yeah.
And it was actually while I was there that I got this crazy idea to try and build a guitar using the carbon fibre. Yeah. And that's the essence or the wee spark that then became Emerald Guitars.
And it just expanded from there. And as I've always said, you have down there, you have the cottage as part of your place there as well, done up beautifully. And but what I like, you can showcase some of your acts there, because we had our Nora in there, and you had John Spillane, different people there down through the last couple of years.
Yeah,
beautiful setting.
Absolutely incredible, and it. So that little cottage was a broken down old shed, and it actually is where my father first started manufacturing his engineering products. And it's when I started making guitars. It's where I started making my guitars. It's where I started my very first business when I was 11, making boomerangs, believe it or not.
That's not right, is that
yep, yep. So it's all kinds of things come out of that little shed. And then it was Kim kind of pushed me. I was like, Kim, that shed's seen better days. Maybe we should knock this thing down.
Oh, I don't know.
And I would count myself as having a good eye for things, but I'd missed the beauty in that shed. Maybe I was too close to it.
Yeah, well, the roof had collapsed in on
it. Had.
And then all the nice stonework that you see had been covered by like a plaster. But I kind of always had a dream of having my own little thatch cottage. And I think just keeping the history and the heritage of Ireland alive, and I know it was just, I pushed hard for it. Now, when he seen the price of the thatch, he was having second guesses whether we would do it or not.
I would imagine.
But with the vision of, the guitar business and stuff, I just seen it as a space that we could use, and our American customers and customers from all over the world would love when they came to visit. So
it lends itself to the product as well, doesn't it? And the way you have it done. Would you had overall sort of input onto the design of Kim, or what?
I think we both did. Well, we had been in search for the big stained glass window that you see in the cottage, and we have one in our gallery room in the factory as well.
That's right.
And we found those in an old salvage yard in Derry, and they actually came out of a church down in Inishowen. So those windows are about 200 years old, and the shed itself is about 200 years old. So I'm very much, if I can restore something and bring a bit of beauty and life to it.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's amazing space. And it's, we've had some fantastic concerts in there. So it's big enough to hold probably about 50 people, nice and comfortable. And, we had a Nora in there playing, and, you hear them there opening your show tonight. And, such an incredible act, and to be able to watch them there in that little small intimate setting, it's...
It lies itself very well to that building, actually, for the acoustics and everything else. And even walking on it, it's the whole the whole setup of it is amazing. If I move on, you've sort of branched out into the holidays now, or not holidays, sort of the tours.
Music tours, yeah.
Tell us a bit about that, Kim. Or
Well, I'll let Kim tell you a bit about that, but I'll tell you a little bit just about the connection with
Yes.
music. And I suppose, right from the start, whenever Emerald came about, we knew we couldn't exist without the help of local musicians. And the musicians from Donegal really have been a big part of Emerald's success. So like right from the start, we brought people in to make demo videos, and because most of what we do is online.
Yeah.
And so we would have a lot of local acts that would come in and make little music videos for us and demo videos. And the more I started to connect with the people and the community and the musicians, you realize just the depth of quality of musicianship that is around here. And we started to think about how we could maybe showcase that and share that a little bit more in a sort of a live setting. And we had partnered with Oakfield Park a couple of times to do an Emerald Day up there at Oakfield Park. But we wanted to do something that was a little bit more intimate. So myself and Kim come up with the idea of doing these music tours. And I come up with the ideas, and then Kim has the job then of organising.
Yeah, leaves me to do all the hard work.
So it's really all about showcasing Irish musicians or Donegal musicians to mostly American audience, but people from as far afield as Australia and New Zealand.
We've met them people there. I think that first timer of the day, the factory is officially opened. And I'll never forget, I might have said to you last time, mind Jimmy, me and you were standing outside, and there's a man, American man and a woman, and they were, oh, that's lovely. Hi, how you doing? We were chatting away. And they were, oh my God, look at that view. And I'm looking over at Artie Garvin in the distance. And to me, I didn't get what they seen, and they were just in awe, totally in awe of what. So I thought, right, if this is blowing them away here, what else is out there for them? And then you have in Greenan, you have is it Fanet Lighthouse you go to?
Yeah.
We have a concert at Fanet Lighthouse. We do a concert at Glenveigh Castle, at Dunree Fort. So we kind of spread out all around the county. So what we basically said our music tours would be, when we started discussing them, is they would be basically taking our guests to our favourite locations around Donegal, with it being restaurants, bars, and giving back to the local community. I mean, I think that's a big part of what we love doing in our business, is using local musicians. And then now with the tours, we're taking them to our favourite local tourist spots, and giving them an experience like no other, while having musicians there showcasing how they can play music, and bringing those areas to life. So it's kind of like a soundtrack, as we say, to all our favourite locations around the county.
And as you say, these are people that probably never been to Ireland before.
Yeah.
And it's just naturally on our doorstep, all these beautiful places. And I think when you add them onto your mix there, you actually look at them and go, wow, that is, because we see them all the time, we may take it for granted,
Yeah.
I think, Paul, the other thing is, sometimes when you're in Donegal, you can be cocooned in Donegal, but what Alistair and Kim and the group have done is they've opened Donegal to a new world out there.
Yeah.
From two perspectives. I think from a tourism perspective, but also from a music perspective. Because if you look at some of the people we met on that tour, and the day last year when I went up by Glengesh, I mean, that's probably one of my most favourite spots. When you look down that valley, and the lads were performing there in the valley, you could see the people getting out of the bus, and like they were like, "Oh, this can't be true,"
It's just incredible. Yeah.
So credit to Emerald Guitars. What they've done is, if you look at their following, even on their social media, it's right across the world, and people are now discovering Donegal. So there's a kind of there's a number of things happening there, isn't there?
Yeah.
You have a group coming now, Kim, sorry.
We have another tour now in May. We're only doing one tour this year, and it'll be our 5th music tour. So I think we're getting more confident, and we're working with fantastic people from John Catherine Rockhill House here in Letterkenny, which is where our guests stay. And it's just a fantastic location to kind of set ourselves for the week. And it's just, we're excited about this year's tour.
Is it hard work, is it?
There's a lot of kind of information being given back and forward between the guests that are coming, and just organising coaches, and then with our own team in-house, you know, they're planning the musicians, where they're going to be. They have to be there and set up before the guests arrive. So we're keeping to a tight schedule. But I think once we've done it, we kind of created the blueprint of what the tour looks like. And then it's changing locations, changing musicians. So we can kind of change it up a year, because we've actually had guests return that that have been on our tour, have come back like within 6 months to the second tour. They loved it so much.
Wow.
They've just booked on for a third. So
Yeah, we have
there's
a
couple coming in from Arizona, you know, so they coming in from the super heat of Arizona in the summer to coming out to Donegal just to.
Yeah, that'll be
to
their
cool off a
third
little
time
bit.
to come to one of our tours, and this is only our
Third time?
fifth.
Third time?
Yeah.
And I know they were actually 2 singles that came on the first tour and then met on the music tour.
Came back as a couple.
Came back as a couple, and they come
last
back as a
year.
couple again. So
Yeah.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. My God. Well, come here. I'm not going to keep you, but on the back of that, what's the plans going forward with the tours? Are you quite happy with the momentum it's got, or have you any plans that you maybe quietly you can keep them to yourself? I'm worried just
Yeah, no, we want to always do the 2 tours, one in May and one in September. This year our daughter's getting married, so
very good.
we've decided to only do one to kind of allow us some family time
God, aye.
this year, because we still are doing this in the back of running the guitar business.
Of course.
So life's busy.
Aye.
You know, we've talked about collaborating the music tours with golf tours, because we know there's a big golfing
very
community
good.
that come into Ireland.
Very good.
So kind of collaborating that maybe the golf in the morning and music in the evening, and you know, changing it up a bit that way. But we've had lots of people asking us to take the tours to Kerry and Galway and stuff, and I'm like, we're going to keep it in Donegal. We're from Donegal, and we want to showcase where we're from.
Yeah.
There's enough going on in Kerry and enough going on in Galway and enough going on down the country that I don't think we need to expand our tour that way.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And there's enough work involved in Donegal,
Yeah.
even at that, you know. Well, come here. You have brought an emerald guitar up with you.
Me and Kim have been practicing all week, so
This
I'm
is the
gonna
part
play
I can't
and
wait
she's gonna-
for.
and she's going to sing.
So it's a beautiful.
It's I brought one of our guitars, and it's one of our carbon fibers we were talking about. They're all made from carbon, and we decided we would like to have a guitar stay here at the Highland Radio Studio. So
lovely.
we might find a spot for it
Yeah.
on the wall in the green room,
Yeah.
and make it accessible just to anybody that's coming in here and
Wants to play. Have a go at it.
wants to play it and see an emerald. But yeah,
That's amazing. Thanks very much for that. We really appreciate that. And we're going to hook it up out there, and it's going to look class. It really, really is. But Alistair, thanks very much for that. And as I say, we're looking forward. As I say, going forward. Hopefully, we're talking about Christmas show and everything. And
yeah. Well, I think we can collaborate on some ideas as we go forward, and we've been talking about some things already, and I think there's just such a great connection. We're both passionate about just seeing the expansion of Donegal music and wider
Absolutely.
as well, and emerging artists and giving opportunities there. So I think we'll definitely be collaborating on some stuff as we go through.
It's been it's a privilege for us and an honour. Thank you very much, both of you indeed, because we're very proud, because we've followed. I wouldn't say from the start, but we've followed from we started here in Monday Night Sessions. We've followed. We've always admired and respected the work that you do and the product that you have and what you've created there. It's absolutely brilliant. So well done on that. Yeah. And thanks very much once again for having us involved.
Thank you.
This is a book here.
I brought you a copy of the Emerald book.
You see, I don't know if you can see that there in camera one, but we were looking at this on Friday, and it was absolutely beautiful. The photographs, the story, all about the. Who done that for you again, Alistair?
It was a lady in California, Stacey Blevins, and she came to us as she was a customer. She had bought a couple of our guitars and just loved our story and loved what we were doing, and approached me to see if I'd be interested in having her write a book about us. Wow. And it was just a real privilege. And she started interviewing me and trying to get the stories out of everything behind the different guitars, and that's how we come up then with that name, building stories one guitar at a time.
Yeah.
And when we started, as we talked about it, we realized that the story is actually nearly more important than the guitar.
Yeah.
There's so many people that come to us with these incredible stories about the guitar that they want and why they're interested in buying something from us. And we bring that to life through an instrument, you know.
Yeah.
So
it is more than just a guitar. It is a personal journey for the person that's buying the guitar. I found that myself, to be honest with you, and I have a very close affinity with my own guitar, but I still can't play it. But me and the guitar is very close. But it's just nice to be part of something that's local, and you both should be very proud of what you have achieved. It's amazing, and you can see the perfection that you have in the eye for detail. Everything's in there. And going forward, all we can say is thanks once again. That's amazing. Is that book available, or what way is that?
it is. It's we have it out at our factory and gift shop there.
You can buy it on the website
And
as well.
I think it's available on our website.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing I want to say as well is, you know, a lot of people know we exist, but people maybe have never actually come out there, and I want to encourage people to come.
Yeah.
You know, we do factory tours there.
Yeah.
We have a gallery there as well, and you can book online. You can book a slot to come and do a factory tour.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of people that come in our door are from USA or Canada, or you know, guys in from Scotland last
That's
week,
right.
or Singapore, or all over the world.
Yeah.
And we don't get enough Donegal people coming.
So yeah.
And I think sometimes people think maybe it's sure, you know, it's just up round the corner. I'll go another time.
That's
But
right.
I'm just encouraging people, come now. You know,
Aye.
book on, come and visit us. We'd love to see you, and we'd love to show you what we're very proud to do out in St. John's.
It's a brilliant tour because there's a whole lot goes on that you wouldn't actually. You see, we've had a pleasure of being there, and I've seen it. The gallery is something else. It's just first class. You
Yeah.
have to see that. So if people want that, Alistair, go online. And,
They can go online, and if you go into the website, you'll find the Visit Us section, and you'll see access to that where you can book for the tours.
Brilliant.
And for the gallery, you can actually just come and go straight into the gallery. You don't even have to book for that. But it's good to do a factory tour. And and I think maybe sometimes people might have a perception of a guitar factory. It's just, you know, maybe a little shed out there and the side of the hill. But it's not. We actually have a very modern facility. We've just finished building a whole new factory there, and we build the world's most technologically advanced guitars, and we do it on the side of a hillside in Donegal, and it's quite unusual.
What is the address, that road? Because I always call it the back road. It's in Johnson.
Well, our townland is Cavanagh, which is the Emerald factory and about 5 houses. So it's it's one of those little tiny townlands.
Is that the townland is called?
Cavanagh.
Cavanagh. Very nice
So,
indeed. There's 2 members of Proton Pool Party are lefties. Could you ask Alistair and Kim, I know the answer to this one. Does Emerald make left-handed guitars? They certainly do.
They certainly do,
They certainly do. Because mine is a left-handed one. So they do. You don't get that too often. 2 members in the Proton Pool Party. Great wee band there indeed.
Oh, we've even made dragon-shaped guitars.
You have. They're amazing. Because we had a look round on Friday when we were there. But if anybody wants any more information, just go into Emerald Guitars. Is it .com?
EmeraldGuitars.com.
And you get all the information you want there. And listen, once again, thanks very much for getting involved with us here, and we appreciate being associated with you. It means a lot to us, and we just want to wish you all the best. And we will see you again. That's wild handy for me, Staban, if we were having a night down there.
Yeah. I just wanted to say as well that the music tour this year, we're going to open up a few days for the public to join in.
Oh.
So we have a day at Glenveigh Castle. We have a day at Dunree Fort. We also have a concert in the helipad at Fanad Lighthouse. But we may contact you closer to the time, give you times and dates, so maybe you could announce it in one of the Monday night sessions.
Absolutely.
That week or the weeks leading up to it. That if any of the public want to come and experience it, we'd like to invite them along to it.
And the Glenveigh one especially, it's a really fantastic event because what we do is we put multiple acts around the park.
Yes.
So as you walk around Glenveigh Park, you hear music just filtering through the gardens.
It's lovely. You've well thought out.
So,
but we are lucky here in Donegal, and in fairness, and even though I'm a Tyrone, but we are lucky that what's on our doorstep naturally, isn't it? You know.
Oh, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
The only fear is if you announce certain acts, you could have a lot of people turn up at somebody's events.
The ones that we'll be inviting and opening to the public are kind of in open spaces, so there'll be plenty of room for people to come along. And again, it's supporting Glenveigh Castle, it's supporting Fanad Lighthouse and the coffee shops there. So it was just lovely to have other people join in and experience
we'll
it.
do that in your show in Saturday. And
Oh, of
Thursday,
course,
Monday.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll keep in touch with these
Yeah.
Please do.
closer to the time.
Well, once again, Alistair and Kim from Emerald Guitars for coming on board with Monday Night Sessions. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.